Hi and hello everyone.
Hi everyone, how are you? And good evening to this ACCA Advanced Performance Management Reset Orientation for exam attempt March 26 and June 26. This is your instructor Rizwan Maniya. I hope you all are well. Kindly confirm everyone uh, that is my voice clear and audible. You can confirm in the chat box, please. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Now, first of all, congratulations to the students who did manage to pass in the last December 25 attempt, whatever paper you appeared for. And if you uh, were able to make it, if you have passed that exam, a big congratulations to all of you. Those who didn't manage to pass, they were not able to make it, no issues, no problem. You just need to be relaxed, happy, and yes, focus on the upcoming attempt. See, these are professional examination, professional papers, things like these do happen. It doesn't mean that you cannot do, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Yes, a bit more patience is required, and if you are patiently uh, addressing the issues, patiently reflecting on your problems, you will be able to make it. So please, you just need to be a bit patient, simple, and relaxed, and focus on the next attempt. Okay. So this session is very important for both the groups of students. The one who didn't manage to pass in the last attempt. So for them, it is very important because they obviously are interested in knowing what went wrong, what were the reasons for failure, what they could have done better compared to what they did last time. So I will definitely be helping all of you, all of them. So from this is important from that perspective. Plus, those who have not appeared yet, okay, those who haven't appeared yet, they obviously will learn from the mistakes of others. They obviously will have a very good opportunity to uh, learn from the mistakes of others, and it's always better not to experience yourself the mistakes that your friends have done in the past. You, in your first attempt, try to avoid those mistakes so that you can pass the paper in first go. So it is very important and equally important for both the groups of students that they watch this session and learn from the things that I'm trying to explain. Okay. All right, then. So let's begin, guys, with the session now. First of all, about myself, my teaching experience has been more than 18 years. APM is one of, in fact, the best paper that I teach. You know, personally, I like teaching APM a lot because of the challenge it offers, because uh, APM is, to be very honest, an exam or a paper in which you can, you can come up with better things, new ideas, make things simple for you, the students. And this is what I like a lot, making things very, very simple for the students. Okay. So I've taught more than 18 years. These three papers have conducted lots and lots of webinars, and there has been a very good record in terms of the position holders who were part of my batch. And to be very honest, uh, these 62 plus nationwide position holders uh, includes 40 positions of this paper, 40 positions of APM. So it's a very huge number, it's a very big number. And in last attempt of September 25, there were 6 position holders who were part of my batch. And in those 6, 4 positions were for APM, one from Bangladesh, from India, from Bahrain, and from Nepal. So, guys, that is why I always say this paper offers a challenge and I am ready to accept it. And I try my level best to make things simple and easier for all the students who are with me and taking the sessions. Right then. Now let's move on towards the passing ratio discussion, because this is one of the hot favorite areas of the student. So September 25, the passing ratio was 40%. December 25, slight up in the passing ratio by 41%. And I can see the impact of this increase, that a good number of students have passed who were part of my batch. It's a very good sign to see that, yeah, good numbers of students have passed the examination. So the passing ratio has also went up by 1%. Right there. Now, uh, whatever the passing ratio is, because for APM, generally people say that paper is difficult. No, paper is not difficult. It is different, I would say, because you have to just change your approach. If you change your approach in the right direction, you can easily make it, you can easily handle it, you can easily answer according to the requirements of the examiner. So, this examination definitely is a bit different one, but if you set yourself to that mark, you can easily achieve it. So whatever the passing ratio is, my friends, I want you to be that, to be in that passing ratio percentage. If it is 5, it is 10, it is 15, your task, your objective should be to be part of that percent. Okay. Now, let's start first planning for retake. Those who are uh, planning for the retake attempt in March 26, okay, or maybe June 26. But again, please, those who are giving for the first time, I've already mentioned it, that they have to be part of the session. This session will be very useful for them as well. Okay. So those who are planning for a retake, the first thing I always say, except yes, you didn't pass. Okay. I am responding since 6 days, 5 days. I've got exhausted responding. So many students. Uh, Obviously, you need guidance. We try our level best to guide you people. So many students did message regarding different problems they are having for this paper, other papers as well. But I see one thing, that students generally have failed between uh, 35 and 45. I've seen a lot of students message me 35 and 45%. They failed in this, between this range. So, and maybe this could be due to multiple reasons. There could be many reasons behind this failure. It could be lack of practice. It could be less confidence, because I feel confidence is very important in the examination. Time management is the problem, not used to the CB environment overall, maybe. Plus, you didn't understood the requirements. Your topic coverage was not that much detailed one. So there could be multiple reasons for failure. So what is important is acceptance from your end. Yes, you failed it, no problem. It is not a failure, it's an opportunity to come back, it's an opportunity to learn and come back. So take this as an opportunity. I say this very openly, examiner and the student relationship is not based on any race, any culture, any religion. It is a simple professional relationship where you attempt the exam, submit to the examiner, examiner reads your communication through your answers, and if it is up to the mark, to the basic standards, you will pass. Examiner is not concerned what your name is, from which country do you belong, what religion you follow, what race you have. The best way of communicating with the examiner is your scripts. And if scripts look professional, if scripts are on the mark, you can pass. So you have to work hard on making good scripts. When I say good scripts, it doesn't mean ideal scripts. It doesn't mean perfect scripts. It means reasonably good to pass the exam. So my friends, sit, think, and come up with the reasons for failure. Note it down. Paper, take pen, Take some paper and pen and write it down. This was the mistake. Last time I was busy in office. I was not studying in the last days, or I just studied in the last days. I never practiced the question. Drafting, I never did. I didn't watch the portal content. There could be hundreds of reasons that became the factor for failure. But can you overcome it? Yes. Can you come back stronger? Yes. Just a minute, please. Azan is going on. I'll just pause for a minute, okay? Let Azan complete. Okay. Right. So, my friends, accept it. Yes, you failed it. No problem. Come back stronger. Figure out the mistakes. Now, what you have to do, please be honest with yourself and tell me, do you want to pass ACCA? Maybe your affiliation is dependent on this paper. Please say yes. You want to pass this paper? Yes. Nobody is responding in the chat box. This means people are not interested in giving the exam. Yes, you want to pass the paper, right? So if you want to pass the paper, just change your habit a bit. Just change what you didn't do last time and now you have to do it. So what I said here, what I mentioned here, remember, was make a list of the problems you think were the issues that did not allow you to pass. Make a list of the points, maybe 2, 3, 4, and then think, how will I overcome this? How will I cater this problem? Okay. So, what went wrong? You need to figure it out. Make a study plan for exam success. Then plan it for exam success. Okay. Planning is very crucial. Planning is very crucial. Planning is very crucial. Okay. So you have to plan things, that what went wrong, and then come up with a plan how to overcome this. Right? No. Today I will help you. Today I will help you in coming up with a reasonable plan at the end of the session today. I will help you. I will guide you. Okay, this is how you can make a tentative plan. Okay. So the first step, reflection. Number 2, make a plan. For the plan, I will help you in a while once we move towards the end of the session. So stay with me for the plan. Now, problems that I feel are the issues that creates problem in passing the exam. I want to share with you people. So, we'll mention the problem, but I'm more interested in explaining you the solution to overcome that problem. How to overcome it, that is more important for you, for me to understand. First, requirement not clear. Students in APM, sometimes the language creates an issue. I'm not doubting your skills in terms of understanding English language, but the jargons, the verbs, APM specific terminologies do create problems. So problem 1, requirement not clear. So what is the solution? What should be done? Okay. First, read the question carefully. Everybody does it. But more importantly, find verbs and objects in the requirement. I always say this. Many of you have seen I do this practically when I'm answering. I break the question into small pieces, small components into verbs and objects. In one requirement, there are multiple verbs There are multiple objects. Each verb has a different meaning. Verb is what? An action that you have to perform. So the action will be different when the verb is evaluate. The action will be different when the verb is discuss. The action will be different when the verb is briefly discuss, evaluate, assess. So learn the difference. If you are still not clear what evaluation requires versus explanation, you must understand it. Okay. Now, the splitting part is not difficult. People do it very easily. They break into verbs, they break into elements as well. What are elements? Elements are the subject matter for which you have to write the answer. They do it easily. But the next thing that I see is they are not clear about the action to be performed on that. For example, when evaluating, advising, or recommending, it is insufficient to make a series of unjustified statements. Unjustified. When I want some advice from you, or you want some advice from me, whatever advice I give you, whatever advice I'll give you, there should be some reason behind it. There should be some basis behind it. There should be some justifications behind it. If I'm mentioning something without reasoning, without connecting with my situation or your situation, it is worthless. It's totally worthless. So, my friends, to be very honest about it, to be very honest about it, the recommendation, the advice, the evaluation should have a proper basis behind it. Recommendation with proper reason for the recommendation. And the best way to do is to connect with the scenario. Why are you advising this? Because there is a problem in the organization. Example number one, your advice is that companies should use ERP. Okay, why? You are perfectly correct in advising there is a definite need of ERP. But why? So that is why explain why you think this point is relevant. Explain. Examining team is looking for, see this, reason why you are mentioning this. So from where the point will come? Personally speaking, scenario will help you. The case study will help you. Like, for example, there is a point. Now, I know what ERP does. ERP is a system that will integrate different areas of the organization. Okay. Now, in this scenario, I saw a point that is mentioned. I saw a point which is about that the company has different uh, functions like marketing, procurement, and everybody is using their own systems. And that is why the response of the departments are slow and there are inaccuracies because of the compatibility problem. Alas, you don't have to come up on your own. There might be signs. I should not use the word might. There are definite signs in the scenario. Just connect with the scenario. As stated in the scenario, XYZ company is facing a problem of slow response, inaccuracy, having different systems So our ERP will speed up the process, improve the alignment. Now, this is the benefit of ERP, that is the bookish knowledge. I am not required to just write the bookish knowledge as well. I have to connect with the scenario, because this advantage might not be an advantage for company A and might be an advantage for company B, because maybe company A already have no problems. Company A is not facing problems of inaccuracies, but company B is. So if you think this point will fit for company B, mention it. That is the art you need to learn at this level. That's it. Khalas. If you are able to manage this, that why are you writing? It is not that you have to write it, not write for the sake of writing. Write when it is needed to be written there. Because I know ERP, because I have advantages in my mind, I will write because the verb is to evaluate. No, no. Yes, evaluation wants you to write advantages. Do these advantages are properly related with the scenario or not? This examiner is not harsh. If you watch my 4 videos that I have made on Read the Marker's Mind, video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, in which I have covered 150 mark question of section A and 325 marks questions. In all those Read the Marker's Mind, you will realize that examiner is kind enough to give you marks. A reasonable effort will be given marks. A reasonable reasoning will be given marks. Your answer doesn't match the examiner answer, not a problem. If you go through those videos of Read the Marker's Mind, everyone, in a very in-depth way, be very much focused while watching those videos, you will realize the students who secured high marks, their answer and the official ACCA answer was very different. Very different, but they still managed to got high numbers. This shows the examiner is a chill guy, a reasonable person, a nice person, beautiful heart, want you to pass. But I don't know what happens in the examination. Either he changes at the time of checking the paper, or you do massive blunders. My friends, are you listening me? What all I am mentioning this is unique, different, and more importantly, value adding. So be very focused while writing the answers. Now, will you be focused on the day of examination? Come on, give me a quick answer in the chat box. Will you be focused on the day of examination? Yes or no? Yes. Everybody just respond quickly. Will you be focused on the day of examination? Everybody is saying yes. And I'm saying no. And I'm saying no, you won't be. If you do this work, or you try to do this work on the day of examination, you won't be able to make it. So what should be done? Rehearsals, 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 which means from today till the day of examination, 4th of March is your exam. My birthday is on 4th of March. So I hope it's a lucky day for you as well. On the day of examination, if you want an autopilot system built in you, you have to do rehearsal these 45 days. And I hope it is clear. What I mentioned is simple. What is that? Reason why you are writing. Reason. So my friends, understand the work, respect the work, respect the action to be performed using that work, accordingly by justifying it. This is problem one. Problem two, application missing, incomplete coverage. First, I'll start with coverage part. You think this will not come in the exam. I don't know how and why. You think this will not be covered in the examination. You feel like this topic is not important, and sometimes what we do, we get bias. And what is the biasness? The biasness is when you think you do not have sufficient time to cover X topic, or you think its topic is difficult for you to understand, you assume this will not come. I don't know how, why, who tells you all these secrets. Teaching this paper more than 18 years. Lot of research I've done. I've gone through all exam questions, all exam answers, all the read the marker's mind, everything. I have never seen that how to predict what will come and what will not. Topics that are carried forward or brought forward from PM, people are not serious for, in relation to those. I'm not saying you have to go and revise PM, but there are topics like planning operational variances, like the budgets, activity-based costing, very bit of absorption costing, not very in detail, transfer pricing, expected value, risk and uncertainty. That should be clear in your mind. People are not sure what is standard deviation. Now, at this APM level, if you are not sure what is standard deviation, what is mean, you cannot do anything about it. So, my friends, last time if you didn't cover the entire syllabus, do it now. Do it now. Got it? Clear? Number two, application. Application. Read the exam condition. Read the examination information, the scenario. Read it thoroughly. You need to understand what is written, because a good reader will only able to relate well. A good reader will only able to apply that. If you're not a good reader, you won't be able to. So you have to read. You have to read. Good reading of the scenario will help you to better relate to problems. Like many cases I've seen, there are issues mentioned in the scenario. Highlight the issues, like inaccurate information, like duplication, like customer complaints, like sales going down, like profit going down. Highlight the issues. And more of the times I've seen, the issues are mentioned in the scenario, and you have to use a technique. You have they even mention the technique, even mention the method, even mention what they want you to use in this organization. So you should know the concept of that tool, that technique, and then apply that in the scenario. The question says, using building block model or performance pyramid, evaluate the system of an organization. Now, the model has to be used because they mentioned it. The best thing in APM, I like it, There are no guesses to be made as far as the models are concerned. Then apply the model yourself. Nothing like that. They mention it. They make it very clear that this has to be used. So evaluate the performance system of an organization using building block model. Now you have to use building block model. Now you have to see the organization system from the eyes of building block. Wear the glasses of building block. Okay, and I wear the glass of building block, I'll see, okay, 6 dimensions are covered or not. Do the system has good enough information to cover financial performance, competitiveness, flexibility, quality, resource utilization, and innovation? The system is weak in relation to these, it's not a good system. It's not at all a good system. Okay? So, my friends, apply the knowledge, the model based on what is required. The professional skills. Wow. I said, Solveti get 20 free. Solveti get 20 free. Remember, your technical marks will decide your professional marks. What I mean to say, you answer the requirement completely. You cover all the technical aspects. You cover all the technical aspects. You see, you will get professional marks automatically. Your communication style, your coverage of the requirement, your connection with the scenario, using more examples from the scenario, covering positive, negatives, both if required. Your critical mindset of raising questions will give you marks for professionalism. I always say we are not required to demonstrate the professional skills separately or by highlighting, see, this is my commercial acumen statement, this is skepticism, what I've covered, this is analysis and evaluation. No. No. Wrong. You have to write the answers, technical points should be so well drafted according to the requirement that it will automatically reflect your professional skills. Now, you invited a person for interview. Are you interested in looking at how he looks like mainly? Are you interested in what shirt he's wearing and what pant he's wearing mainly? No. No. But what is important is his technical knowledge, the understanding of ISAs, IFRS, costing techniques, budgeting methods. So when you call someone for an interview to test the technical skills, but you see the way the person is replying you, the language he's using, the dressing he has done, the way he's carrying him or herself, the way he explains you the thing, the logical manner of explanation, the sequence of answers, where he is watching, his eye contact, his hand gestures. On the basis of these, you decide, yeah, he also looks professional. He seems to be professional. It is where professionalism comes. So, same thing. Your answer is a human body. Your answer is like a person sitting in front of the examiner explaining the situation. Imagine yourself to be a consultant and you are dealing with a client one-to-one, face-to-face meeting you are having, your words will matter. Yes. Your explanation with the examples will matter. Yes. Commercial acumen. Your balanced critical assessment about the situation will matter. Yes. Analysis evaluation. Your questioning attitude in relation to certain areas will matter. Yes. Professional skepticism. The way you talk, the way you present the answer, the use of words and jargons will matter in that conversation. Yes. Communication marks. What else can I explain here now? A very simple, beautiful, lovely example I've given you. Got it? So this is the second problem, and more importantly, the resolution of that. Third problem is not time management problem. Time management, time management, time management is creating extra burden, extra pressure on students. We are not doing rehearsals, my friends. We are not doing rehearsals on a timely basis. I always give my students a stiff target of 1.8 minutes per mark. Actually, to be honest, the paper is not of 3 hours. Instead, it is 3 hours, 15 minutes to solve 100 marks, which means you have 195 minutes divided by 100 if I do. So you have 1.95 per minute, 1.95 per minute, which means you have 48 minutes to solve a 25 mark question instead of 36. No, I beg you, instead of 45, sorry, 45. But I keep it 1.8 minutes per mark. The rehearsals that you will do will allow you to ensure your paper gets completed on a timely manner. Whenever you practice at home, not on the exam day, I don't believe in that. On the day of examination, if you try this for the first time, you won't be able to make it. You won't be able to make it. But if you do this throughout the next 45 days, throughout the next 45 days, okay, then yes, it is possible. It is possible, yes. Okay, it is possible. It is very much possible. So next 45 days are crucial for you. The 25 mark question you solve it should be within the time frame of 45 minutes. A 90 mark question you solve it, sorry, 50 mark question you solve it should be within the 90-minute time frame. Okay? Make sure your narrative answers are of appropriate length for the number of marks. It's not just writing and writing and writing and writing. No. Is it quantity over quality? No. Quality over quantity. Okay. So remember, writing too much for less number of marks, not worth it. Or writing too less for more number of marks, again, it's not worth it. So what you can do, I always say, when you start your examination, start with maybe section B question first, then go to A and then come back to B. I'm not recommending anything. I think this is a good practice. that you start your examination first question from the area where you are most good at. Who will tell you? That you will get to know on the day of examination. Remember 100 marks. All 100 marks won't be easy. All 100 marks won't be difficult. There will be some in-swinging deliveries, in-swinging or out-swinging questions, some Yorker questions, but not all. The other team, that is the examiner, will give you your chances. You have to grab those chances. There will be easy numbers available throughout the scenario, throughout the paper. Your target is to grab first 50. And how to do it? Let's split. Start number one, start with the question in which you are most comfortable, because you can skim the requirements. You can easily figure out the topic that has been tested. Okay, section A question will have mixed area, but section B and C, sorry, section B, two questions, you will able to figure out, is it VBM being tested or ABC being tested or benchmarking being tested? You can figure out that. So my point is, my suggestion is, my take on this is, my friends, my students, my consultants, first, try this first. Try this. Try out this before the examination at least 6 to 7 times. Start with a 25 mark question, the one which you think you are good at, because if you start with your strength, there are very high chances that you will be able to complete below 45 minutes, within 45 minutes, less than 45 minutes, because that is your strength. And when you start with your strength, generally you become confident, your nervousness finishes quickly, eliminates quickly. Now if you have spare time, if you have spare time in your bank, you can use that for other questions. You can use that extra time for section A for the remaining section B question. So this is one technique to handle time management problem. Number two technique, the question that you have started with, like section B first question, there are three requirements, one of 5 mark, one of 7 mark, the next is of 8 mark, that makes 20 marks. You should keep in your mind 1.8 minutes per mark. So if it is a 5 mark requirement, quickly 1.8 into 5, 1.8 into 7, 1.8 into 8. Just quickly look at the time that you have to spend after reading the scenario. Just look at the time that you have to spend. But just keep in mind that scenario reading will also take a bit time. So my point is, give yourself good amount of time to read the scenario first. Good reading, thorough reading is important. And then the time, automatically I've adjusted the time for you, because once I say 1.8, so I've already adjusted the reading time for you. So quickly read it, multiply that with 1.8, the time for every requirement. Now don't overspend. Don't overspend. If you feel like one requirement you are not able to make it, try to complete it, otherwise leave and move on. You cannot steal time. You cannot be a thief, stealing one question time and giving to other. No, that's not correct. But all these rehearsals will not be done on the day of examination. For the next 45 days, you have to do it. So the question that you started first, for the requirements, each and every requirement you try to solve within the time frame. Normally, it's 1 mark per valid point that you get. Do read a very useful article that I've written about the drafting of APM answers. In that article, I've mentioned how to grab technical marks, the marking scheme perspective, how to grab professional marks. So follow the rules and write accordingly. Okay, so keep an eye on time. Do not overrun. And for that, I always say, if you have a watch, if you're allowed to take watch, wrist watches on your wrist watch in examination, just make it more 15 minutes ahead so that you get confused yourself. You give trick to your own self. Maybe during examination, you might forget you did this. You're like, oh, time is running. Come on, let's do it quickly. Yes, I want you to complete 100 marks so that you are able to grab free professional marks. If you do not complete it, less professional marks you'll be able to grab. So in these days, time management is important. In these days, time management is crucial. Got it? So two things I mentioned. Start with the area in which you are really good at. Number two, the requirement that you are solving within a question, you should ensure it should be time bound requirements. Time bound requirements. Last, not familiar with the platform. See, it requires practice. You have CB platforms available on your ACCA exam portal. You have that on our Wi-Fi's portal. Go use the platform, understand how to present discursive elements. Calculation needs to be done on spreadsheets. Functionality of the software tools is very important. Just get used to every time you solve in the upcoming 45 days, it should be done on a blank workspace. Blank workspace. Okay? Blank workspace. So calculation on spreadsheet, you can refer that. Calculation has been done on spreadsheet, refer to spreadsheet for calculations. Be familiar with the platform so that on the day of examination, you are not basically into a situation where you are like, okay, I'm looking at some uh, different or some unique thing. Okay, done. So these are the four basic issues I've seen, and the results have, the solutions I've already mentioned. Now, let's look at some general do's for you to remember. Remember, you are a consultant. A consultant is a person who always have extra information. He has good grip over the situation, over the scenario, over the industry for which you are giving the suggestions or recommendations or whatever it is. Number two, follow instructions, understand requirements, and draft accordingly. Look at the marks. Don't be afraid to be critical. It's a summary for you. Critical. You see problems, you see flaws, you see things are not given properly. Even if you see the data is not given properly, it is missing, mention it. It is missing. Cover the whole syllabus. Okay. Relate knowledge to business scenarios. Commercial acumen. Commercial acumen. Relate with the scenario. Relate with the scenario. Okay. This will help you in analysis and evaluation and skepticism. Critical. What you write, make sure it adds value to the organization. Adds value to the organization. Value adding, worth it, useful, relevant. Okay, done. So remember, you are a consultant. You need to have a mindset of consultant. And for that, think like a consultant. Yes, I'm a consultant. Read scenario like a consultant. Speak like a consultant, which means whenever you're planning, whenever you're saying, okay, this is what I'll write, and write like a consultant. And I always say now, dress like a consultant on the day of examination. Your dressing should look like a consultant as well. Put extra pressure on yourself that yes, I'm going in examination to meet my clients. Hard work, practice, practice, practice. These next 45 days are crucial for your life. It will make you maybe affiliate or will bring you closer to your ACCA qualification, your dream, your career progression, your career development, your bonuses, your rewards, your fringe benefits, maybe for few or many, their marriage life. I don't know. So, what should we do for the next 45 days? Let's create a plan. Let's create a study plan for them. Okay? Ready, everyone? Say yes or no. So let's create a plan. What should be done for the next 45 days? Having said these were the problems, now you have to overcome it. All these problems will be overcome through practice, through rehearsals. But before I get into this plan, let's take a short break because there is a prayer time right now. So let's take a short break for 5 minutes, maybe only. And after 5 minutes, I will again start. Okay? And we'll discuss this. Done? Let's take a short break for 5 minutes. Now, study plan for the next 45 days. Okay? Now, this is something a recent student obviously should follow, and a student who is giving for the first time and haven't covered it as per the plans that I've shared earlier can also follow the same thing. Okay? So, first of all, decide for the next 45 days what time suits you for studies. If you are a night person, maybe at night, but you need to obviously you will look at this whether you are a working professional or not. If you are an early morning person, maybe you can use that. But what I want you to do is 4 hours minimum each day. 4 hours. And note down the stuff, please. Not everything is written in the slide. So what extra, what I'm mentioning, you have to note down that. Okay. So 4 hours each day. First thing. But those 4 hours are not just 4 hours. To start with 4 hours, minimum 4 hours. To start with minimum 4 hours. Okay. Minimum 4 hours. And per day, 4 hours will include a blend of practice and watching the materials. That is, the areas in which you are not good at. If you are a paid student, if you will enroll in my reset batch, okay? So things in which you are not good at, things in which you are struggling. So I want you to improve conceptually in those areas as well. Okay? I want you to improve in those areas as well conceptually. Are you with me? Right? Conceptually to improve in those areas. So 1.5 hour to 2 hour max for understanding, revising the topic, concept, further clarity. If you will join my reset batch, so I will not emphasize on completing the entire content. Rather, I will emphasize that those who have already studied before, they should focus on their weaker areas first. Watch the weaker areas first. Grip on the weaker areas, and then, if time permits, you can go to the difficult ones. So 4 hours in one straight go, or divide it. So I prefer dividing the time. Generally, we have an audience who is a working audience. So I recommend them that use two different time periods in a day. One is a dull time period in a day for a human. One is a very high productive time period in a day. So what I personally believe, assuming you work 9 to 5 or you work 9 to 6, maybe 9 to 7. So once you are back from office, from your workplace, 2 hours or 1.5 hours at night after having dinner, spending time with your family, before you sleep, just one good hot coffee or tea, and 1.5 to 2 hours, just revise the knowledge based area in which you are not good at. If you are taking my batch, the reset batch, watch the video, the knowledge based video in that time period. If you are doing self study, study hub, read the content from study hub or whatever free resources you can use, or you have a plan to use those. And sleep, have a good sleep of 7 hours at least, 6 7 hours at least. Then wake up early in the morning. If you want to go to your workplace at 9, you leave at 8 maybe, so you wake up at 5. Then study 2 hours in the morning. That is the time where a human mind is at its peak. I know people are sleepy, but if you sleep and take a good 6 hours sleep, you will be fresh in the morning. What all you revised at the night relating to that topic, solve questions in the morning. Okay. Maybe at night you watch certain past paper solutions that I have done. You have to watch it at nights to understand how I approach it, because that will take less of your effort because I'm putting effort. So the time where you have to put effort is in the morning. Team-based practice. Team-based practice. 15 days from now onwards, next 15 days, after the recap at the night, in the morning, 15 days means 15 questions, one question each day of section B, minimum you have to do first. So maybe 6 days in a week, one question, maybe 5 days in a week, one question of section B, maybe on weekends, at a stretch, two questions of section B. The one question that you will solve each day should be time based. Should be time based. 45 minutes you have to give yourself. Okay. With 3 to 4 minutes additional for the reading time if you want. 3 to 4 minutes reading time, 45 minutes solution time. Break the requirements and solve within the time frame. Compare your answer. Now, if you're able to solve this in 45 minutes, that's perfectly fine. But if you're not able to do it, then at 45 minutes, just stop for a minute. Oh, take a deep breath and say to yourself, okay, didn't manage to do it. After a little pause, start again. Why I've done this? Because in examination, you will not be allowed to go beyond the exam time. Here you have that liberty, but not on the day of examination. So now take a pause, start again, complete it, and then analyze how much extra minutes you took, how much extra time you took. That extra time you have to curtail in the next question. Think why it went up. Maybe because you were a bit slow in reading the requirements, a bit slow in thinking about the answer. Maybe that topic is not good. Maybe the requirement was difficult for you to grip and understand, right? Could be related to multiple reasons. Okay. Don't compare your answer with my answer. If you have my portal, or if there is a drafted answer available on the portal, for many questions I have kept there. Watch the read the drafted answer. If things looks okay, then it's fine. If there is something issue based, watch my video solution, or read the ACC answer. But in case of my or in case of ACC answer, especially the ACC answer, don't be confused if there is a deviation, because there is no one right answer. And ACCA answer is something that has been written in an ideal situation, IDAL situation, which you cannot replicate. Okay. But whatever gaps you see, whatever gaps you figure out, note them out on a piece of paper or a document, that okay, these are the mistakes I have done in question Frimaltone stone, question name, mistake on one side, and new knowledge on the other side. Question number 2, robust laptop, mistakes, new knowledge. Question number 3, XYZ company, mistakes, new knowledge. This would, this should approximately take further 45 more minutes. So this makes 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. Maybe you left with 20 minutes or 30 minutes more, maybe 25 minutes. Read the examiner report for that question. Now the question is, where will we find this? So it's 26th century right now. Where you will find? Wise, we are at 50th century. Just Google it. ACCA, December 2013, Frimaltone Company Examiner Report. ACCA APM, robust laptop examiner report. Plus, you will see a report there. Go open the report. Do not read the entire report. Go to that particular question and read the report. You will realize what others have done bad in this question. You will also get the confidence that something that you have done, which is not part of the ACC answer or my video, is still acceptable for the examiner. Like different sort of assumption you took to answer certain thing. This whole exercise you have to do next 15 days for 2 hours and see massive change. And note down everything. Note down the mistakes and the new things that you have learned. After 15 days, but in these 15 days means 2 weeks. In these 2 weeks, I want you to be, I want you to put more effort on weekends, maybe 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, two questions at a stretch. Two questions at a stretch. At a stretch means instead of 45 minutes, in 90 minutes, complete two section B question. Gradually, slowly, I'm preparing you for the exam, and follow all those suggestions I gave you earlier regarding linking with the scenario, examples of the scenario, application, this and that, everything. After 15 days and two power sessions of 22 questions of 25 marks each, then next 10 days, my friends, come towards section A, where you will be revised, where you'll be solving complete questions, which will include multiple topics. But here it's very important, the question that you are planning to solve, you must have revised that question topic before. There is a huge list of questions available on my portal by the name of section A questions. There is a huge list. You target all those questions. Now, what you can do for the first 3 to 4 days, if you're not done with the revision part, you just decide the question that you will solve tomorrow. Just look at the general requirements, like it is a performance report question, and it includes benchmarking, and it includes rewards. So what you do, revise knowledge-based lectures only. Don't do anything else then. Just the knowledge-based lectures, revise, and then attempt the question, so that the basics should be in your mind. If your revision is not complete or your weaker areas have not been covered. So 10 days, same. At night revision, next day in the morning practice. Or here you require more time, so I would advise that at a stretch you have to solve this. For this, you want to take out a stretch. At a stretch, you want to manage 1.5 hours, 90 minutes. So maybe no night studies, sleep early at night, wake up a bit more early in the morning, and at a stretch spend 3 hours. Maybe 1 hour at night to revise and 3 hours in the morning to practice, with again solution to be done of section A uh, in 90 minutes, 1.5 hours, then compare with my video answer or the examiner answer. Maybe that would take another 45 to 1 hour, maybe 1 hour. You are left with you're done with 2.5 hours, you're left with 30 minutes of 20 minutes, and the remaining time for examiner report of that. So 3 hours you have to spend on section A for the next 10 days then. 25 days are done. Make sure your revision for all areas is completed, the weaker and the strength areas. Now you have to start preparing to attempt at least 2 times entire paper of 100 marks before the mock that Wifi will conduct. Before our mock. Before our mock. If you are part of my batch, you have the chance to solve 2 mocks. But other than that, I want you to conduct 200-mark practice sessions. Same mindset. It's what suits you better. Start with section B, then A, then B, or try a combination of A, B, B. I've seen the most struggling question is the last one that people solve, because I feel they are more tensed. Maybe they have less time, or it's the most difficult that they've kept at the end. So Try to start from your strength, and in strength, don't overspend. Save some time for the last one. So two papers of 100 marks after next 25, maybe 30 days before the mock. Mock of WIFI is on 21st of February. Then you will attempt the mock, you will be part of my debrief. Then there will be another complimentary mock 100 marks. So before examination, 4 times you are handling 100 marks in one go, which is sufficient for handling fifth time and inshallah last time on the day of examination. I hope you will follow my plan and you will see a massive change in your perspective and mindset. All right. So I hope this is useful for you people. Now, the options that you are left with is the resit batch first. Those who got marks below 30, please, below 30. I think do not attempt, they should not attempt in March 26. Instead, they can join my June 26 batch. You need thorough planning and studies. So June 26 includes everything, proper plans and all. And for June 26, I've also started Urdu Hindi batch. So those who have a language barrier, language problem, they can join Urdu Hindi batch as well. Okay. Those who are between 30 to 45 or maybe 35 to 45 can go with the reset batch, or 30 to 40 can go with the reset batch. This is a complete batch, complete content, but my emphasis will be focused first on your weak areas, the knowledge-based weak areas, the way I solve those questions, watch it, and then practice the weaker areas and gradually move towards the stronger areas. Then the revision batch. Now, those who are above 45 and below 49 can go with revision batch. Revision batch is not a complete batch, but revision batch will offer live revision classes. Okay. As far as the recorded content, it will include top 25 areas. Recorded content. Not complete. Top 20 to 25 areas. Recorded content. Okay. Those who are doing self-study can use my free webinars of March 26 that I'll conduct. Plus, they can use the previous webinars of December 25 and September 25 from WIFI's YouTube channel. Now, the more important thing is how we teach and what is the difference between the resit and the revision batch. Resit and the revision batch. Okay. That's the decision-making point for you now. Now, listen. Revision batch obviously is with a huge discount. Reset is also at a discount. So financial advantage you are getting in both. But recorded sessions in reset are complete. Here it is limited content. 25 here complete, including the past papers. The live classes that we are left with before the start of Feb, recent students will be able to join that. Revision will not be able to, but revision students will get the recording of those live classes. E-notes are part of both. All reading materials are part of both. Okay. Mock exams are part of both. Debrief part of both. Mock 2 part of both. Grand revision in the month of February, which will comprise of around 20 hours live. 20 hours will be part of both live classes, live revision classes of 20 hours in the month of Feb. Okay. Teacher assistance, part of both. Now the TTA model. First T, test yourself questions are part of your portal that are good time-based practice questions that one should solve, will be part of reset and not part of the revision. Testing platform access you will have in both. Assignments will be part of reset and not part of the revision batch. Now we can check varying around 3 to 6 assignments for you. Okay, 3 to 6 assignments, which is not part of the revision batch, where we will check, we'll mark and give you the feedback, which is very important for especially the students who were not able to pass. So that's the difference between these two packages. Reset you can join now. Revision you have to wait till 4th of Feb. Okay. So decide what suits you best. My students who are part of the regular batch, they don't need revision batch enrollment. They don't need to enroll in reset batch. They have everything available on their portal. I have made a separate planner for the revision student, for the reset student, separate planner. I would advise my regular batch, if you are behind, you can follow the reset student planner. Okay. So for enrollments, you can contact our admission department at this number. If you are interested, join, do the rehearsals, practice, follow the things that I mentioned. And I'm very hopeful that you will make it, inshallah. Plus, you can join my free WhatsApp APM global group if you're not part of this global community, where I do share important materials free for students. Be part of that portal. For any other guidance, help, suggestion, recommendation, feedback, I'm the principal here. Feel free to contact me on this number, and for whatever problems you have, I will try my best to address it. Okay. So for enrollment, this is the number. For being part, if you want to part of the group, you can contact the admission. They'll share the link, and you can even ask me. I can share the link with you as well. Okay. So that's it. If you have any questions, please, you can ask. I can see one question. Which book is better? To be very honest, I would not recommend you to read Kaplan BPP. I will recommend, if you still want to read, go with Study Hub. And if you are part of my batch, then notes. Okay. Jess Raj, I hope I've answered your question. Guys, if you have any other question, please, you can ask. Assignments we'll open the assignments after 1 week for the research students, or maybe the regular students if they want to submit again. Okay. So guys, how was the session? Was it worth it? Useful? Did you learn from it in terms of clarity, understanding, and especially the reason for failures, things that you should not repeat? I hope this session was very practical, because at the end of the day, the technique to pass is very important. So that is why I always say smart paper solving technique is very useful. Enjoyed it, guys? Yes or no? Okay, Sayyida Naila, if you are studying now for APM for the first time ever, so it's a bit tricky for March. You can do it, people have done it, but a bit tricky. The syllabus is short, but it's all about practice. So if you're not a full-time student, you may. Otherwise, June. students who got 40, between 45 and 49, their focus should more be towards the practice side, I feel. They must focus on enhancing their answering skills. And for that, practice, compare, read report, note down mistakes and the gaps. Okay. A very good question by Ibn Fawz. Should we draft the complete answer or the point? See, I think if I have given you 25 questions plan, so at least 10 you should write completely. First of all, you need to put yourself into a situation that yes, you can write. You need to have that confidence. And then after some questions are done and things are going fine, then points would be okay. Okay. But at least some questions where you're writing it completely, because sometimes what the problem is, you think you can write, you think you can elaborate it, but once you elaborate it, you feel you're short of words. I don't want you to be in that situation. Okay, Ibn Fawz? Okay. Thank you very much, guys. It was nice talking to you people. I hope you liked it. For any help, you can contact me, and hope to see you in my uh, maybe the revision batch or the reset batch, and in my live classes that are remaining in the month of February. Yes, we have a good number of live classes to be held in month of February. So the regular, the reset, the revision batch, all will be part of those live sessions. Okay. In question where we are required to comment, give recommendations, GTC. How do we? No, you don't have to write in points. You have to write in form of paragraphs. See, you have to use short paragraphs. Maybe in one paragraph, 2 to 3 different points you can cover, or similar points you can cover, but everything should be in form of paragraphs. Fayaz Malik, the next class is next Friday. It will be a 50-mark live practice session. Yes, Noreen, technical mark is one thing. Technical mark is the most important thing. No? So the marking scheme that I mentioned uh, is what will help you to grab technical marks. By looking at the marks, the verbs and objects. So if there are 10, it's a 10-mark requirement. So you need to keep in your mind that 1 mark per valid point you get, but you can write 2 to 3 valid points in one paragraph. The more important thing is your answer fulfilling the need of the requirement? So technical marks will automatically improve once you practice and compare and note down the gaps. Through those gaps you'll be able to improve in terms of technical marks, and if your technical marks are getting better, automatically you will qualify for professional marks. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I hope, Noreen, your question has been answered. See you then in the next week's live practice session. If you are interested, do join it and let's work together. Let's work more hard and let's work as a team to pass APM on 4th March 2026. Stay blessed. Thank you very much. See you all in the live class.